Hello, welcome to Mystical Adventures. My name is Anne Vivian. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy winter solstice if you're here in the northern hemisphere, and happy summer solstice if you are in the southern hemisphere. Today is the 21st of December, and it is the changing of the seasons, and we're going to explore that a little in today's show. We're going to explore the return of the light, sun magic. We're going to hear a message from sunflower plant spirit, which has a wise consciousness about the sun. So, of course, sunflower plant spirit came to bestow our show with some messages of hope and guidance for the winter season and staying in touch with that sun. And I'm going to pull a few cards. We're going to take a call a little later in the show. Before I get to all that, I just want to remind you that the December Tarot Messages video is still up on my YouTube channel. So I go into each sign and I tune in intuitively to the energy for your sign for the month of December. And you can visit the timestamp in that YouTube video to jump to your sign. So don't forget, that's on my YouTube channel, Creative Psyche Studio. Psyche is spelled Psyche. And don't forget to check out my blog post, All I Want for Christmas is Abundance Without Attachment, exploring spirituality and prosperity. And I want to talk a little bit about today's show topic. It's really a continuation of the arc theme for December, which is exploring the head and heart unity and exploring both head and heart wisdom. The sunflower has a giant head, especially for a flower, and is going to explore today how to align with the rhythm of the sun, which can help us to integrate this higher consciousness in the cosmos with our bodies, with our minds. I am going to get to that message in just a moment, but first, let me just pull a few cards for the week ahead, shall we? These are cards for the week of December 21st, 2021. How is your winter solstice going? How is your Christmas, Kwanzaa? I believe Hanukkah has wrapped up, but how was your Hanukkah? How is your holiday time of year going, my friend? I'm feeling a mixture in the collective of excitement, joy, stress. We've got a lot happening here. So, cards for this week, we've got the 10 of Cups, the Angels and Ancestors card of White Witch, Be the Light. Oh, how appropriate. And Ariel, Archangel Ariel, came out in the Angel deck. So the 10 of Cups for this week of December 21st, 2021. And whenever you tune into the show, by the way, is the exact perfect time for you to hear this message. So even though I do messages for the week and for the month, whenever you tune in, know that that's the right perfect time for you to hear whatever message is being shared in the show. So we've got 10 of Cups for this week. I feel an energy of family and celebration. I feel a lot of people are celebrating the solstice and Christmas this week. I feel an energy of just reverie and enjoyment. And I feel like Spirit is wanting to remind us to let go and have some fun, to enjoy your vacation. The collective is experiencing some permission to slow down and enjoy themselves and have a party and just enjoy family and enjoy the abundance and the pleasures of this world. And it can be a nice permission we can give ourselves to take a break and enjoy our loved ones and this beautiful earth. White Witch, Be the Light. And this is from the Angels and Ancestors deck. Be the light. This is what today's message is about. It's all about connecting with the light and the hope and what gives us inspiration in times of challenges. As we're on the shortest day of the year at the winter solstice, and the light is only going to increase from here on out through the winter. And many, many cultures and spiritual traditions focus on remembering the light and staying connected with that light and that hope throughout the winter. And it can be a metaphor just in life for staying in touch with our hope and our spiritual connection with God, spirit, source through any time of challenge. There's a lot happening with the pandemic still. How dare you admit that, Anne? Dare you even say it? It's true. But what's also true is we are the light, and the light is continuous. And I feel like Spirit is reminding us to, as we turn within in the winter months, if you're here in the Northern Hemisphere, to find that light in your dreams, in your inspiration, to see the best in others and allow others to bring out the best in you. Nature, Archangel Ariel is guiding us to spend time in nature, to align yourself with nature this sacred time of year, to take time to look at the stars. That's another way of connecting with the light, to take time to breathe in that beautiful night air, to connect with, even if it's cold out, and maybe where you are, it isn't that cold, but whatever the weather, take even a moment to smell the plants and the earth and the air, to align yourself with the season of this present moment. And it can be so grounding, as all of these things are happening with our family gatherings and the stress of the holidays and the joy too, and the magic too of the holidays. It can be a lot of excitement for our little sensitive souls. And so Ariel is reminding us you can ground yourself and balance yourself by taking time to connect with nature, even if it's just staring out your window. I want you to just consider taking time to stare out your window if the weather is too intense for you. And that's a way to connect with nature as well. Connecting with pets is a way to connect with nature, in my opinion. They are more connected with the earth naturally. So we can find ways to connect with nature, even if the weather is a little frightful outside, darling. So those were your cards for this upcoming week. And I'm now going to read to you the message that I channeled from this week's Spirit Helper, which, as I mentioned, is the sunflower spirit, plant spirit. And the sunflower, every week I open myself to a spirit helper, an entity of expanded consciousness, heart-centered consciousness. It could be an angel, animal spirit, plant spirit, totem, star being, ascended master. And I channel a message to you for the week ahead from this expanded being. This week it is the sunflower plant spirit. And I have a little stone to the other side. Hello. A little stone here if you're watching us on video and not just listening. And this little garden stone has a sunflower on it. And the sunflower just tickles me whenever I see them out in nature. And I love the energy of this sunflower and this little garden stone. The sunflower is associated with the sun. So I was so tickled when sunflower plant spirit showed up in today's meditation to give the message, because this is a time of connecting with the sun. The sun's light is going to be growing in the Northern Hemisphere throughout the winter. The days will be lengthening, and many ancient cultures paid attention to this rhythm and cycle and change, and were attuning themselves to the sun's energy as a way to, as I was saying earlier, a way to get through this darkness as joyfully as possible. So funny that sunflower came. Sunflowers are associated with optimism, joy. I feel a lot of wisdom, a lot of ancient wisdom. I feel also the strength and longevity. I feel that luckiness, the fortune, fortuitousness. I also feel like they can be giving and calming, gentle spirits. Did you know that the sunflower will tilt its head towards the sun as the sun traverses the sky? And it looks like the head of the sunflower is kind of moving if you film it all day. And there are some ancient practices and beliefs about how this represents faith, how this represents faith in God and following the light of Spirit of God and devotion. This is a time when we are devoting ourselves to our spiritual practice, to connecting with that solstice magic and Christmas magic. And Christ light and Hanukkah, Kwanzaa magic and the magic of the sun and the light. So here is the message of the sunflower plant spirit for the week of December 21st, 2021. Love shines brighter than all the rest. We shine brightly like the sun, and we know the sun's rays can offer peace and health. We follow the sun's rays, and our heads turn towards the light. You may also turn your head towards the light and follow the joy that dances about you. You are a being of joy who can create new worlds of peace, giving, and the joy of existence expressing with dignity and mischief. As the sun travels in the sky, we allow ourselves to be influenced by this movement. We align ourselves with the divine consciousness, and we allow that movement both to move our physical forms, to allow us to bend and move our consciousness in a most delightful and jubilant fashion. We realize this is a time of many adjusting to seasonal changes and world changes. We invite you to dance with us and follow the rays of sun, which always warm our hearts and the hearts of those who know how to bask in the glory of the light. This divine light is not difficult to behold or experience. The light is wanting to find you and shine down upon your uplifted face to grant you inspiration and movement towards your dreams and passions. Care not for the morrow, but focus yourself on this one day and moment. Use the sun's energy as an example for persevering jubilantly. The rise and setting of this star reminds us to rise and set relentlessly and with joy in our hearts. There will always be a new setting and rising of the sun. There will always be a returning of the light. Let this light guide your heart and remind you of the sacredness of this rhythm and time period. Let it remind you of the joyousness of opening yourself to unexpected magic, peace, and joy. The magic of the sun is the magic of oneness. And I want to encourage you, my friend, this week, align yourself with the seasonal change and the return of the light. And you can ask yourself right now, what gives you hope through the darkness? We're about to enter a period of darkness seasonally in the Northern Hemisphere. What gives you hope through your dark night? What has given you hope in challenging periods of your life? What can I count on? Whom can I count on when times are challenging? Is it my friends and my family? Maybe my baby or my fur baby? My faith, my spiritual practice, my connection with Source. Maybe it's my creative expression that gets me through difficult times, my creative practice. Hobbies. Maybe it's moving your body, exercising, or moving your body expressively. It's many other coping skills. Maybe it's nature. Maybe it's your visions, your dreams, your goals. What's your passion? Our passions can help us to remind us, as the cardinal spirit animal reminded us, to be in touch with our passions as a way to instill more hope. One thing you can do is light a candle and write down what inspires you, what lifts your spirits, or say it out loud. Say out loud what inspiration you can give to others, how you can be a light for others. You can think about this as a little holiday ritual as you light your holiday candles or decorate your holiday tree. What is the light of hope for me this winter? What is the light of hope for my community, my world? And even visualize it. And you can, as you speak the words out loud, it can activate your throat chakra, can bring this out into the world. And you might even be inspired to take some actions about how you can incorporate more of this hope, this light, this inspiration, this passion into your life this winter. As New Year's approaches, it's a natural time for us to write down our goals and I think one of the best ways to set down to writing down your goals, dreams, dare I say resolutions. That's such a heavy word. I hate using it. It has so many negative connotations, but let me use the word goals, dreams. Those words I think are a little lighter. As you think about what you're envisioning for 2022, it can help you to get in touch with your passion, get in touch with your light, that inspiration. What brings you inspiration that you want to manifest and express in this new year? And that can begin that process. This is the turning of the seasons when we naturally begin to turn within as well. And as we take time to begin transitioning out of the holidays and into that inward movement, inward seeking of wisdom and rejuvenation and rest, we can begin to connect with that spiritual light within us that will guide us for how best to express our goals, our dreams, our visions. And I believe we're going to have a caller on the line in just one moment, but I want to remind you before we bring that caller on that I do offer personal one-on-one sessions, which are an integration of life coaching and intuitive readings. I call them mind, body, spirit coaching sessions. And I also have, so I offer one-on-one sessions, and I also have online intuitive development circles and in-person groups as well. I have an in-person dream circle and multidimensional manifesting group here in New England. If you should so be inclined, please do check out my website, which is creativepsychestudio.com. That's spelled PSYCHE, creativepsychestudio.com. And you can find more information about my groups, about my one-on-one sessions, if I'm offering specials and such. And I would be delighted to sign you up for a group if there is room, or book you for a session. And it looks like we do indeed have a caller. We've got Jimmy from Brooklyn on the line. Hello and welcome, Jimmy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for calling in tonight. How may I help you tonight, my friend?
Yes, I just wanted some clarity on, recently I've been thinking about maybe going into a relationship. So I'm just wondering, what's ahead there for me.
Sure. Let me just tune into your energy, Jimmy. It'll just be a moment of silence, and then I'll pull some cards, okay?
Okay.
If you could just set your intention to open your energy so I can read you, it would be helpful.
Got it.
Well, Jimmy, as I tune into your energy, I feel this beautiful sense that you are a very focused individual, and you got your eye on the prize. Like when you make up your mind to do something, you are very focused and driven. I also see you are very caring and you love helping others. And I also get a feeling you're very studious. You love to learn and love to study.
Yes, definitely.
Does that make sense?
I love it. Yes, absolutely. I love studying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you have all these strengths that I'm tuning into. And, our strengths can help us. So dropped a card. Card fell overboard. That's okay. It's a 7 of Swords. Our strengths can help us in our love life. And so I just like to kind of tune into your general energy before I tune into your love life energy. So,
Okay.
Jimmy, I'm looking at some cards I pulled here, and I'm getting the feeling you really do love to laugh and love to party, and I mean, you love to experience the joy of a party, and that comes naturally to you, and you can create this joyful party atmosphere just with your vibration, just with your aura. And I think, that's something really helpful in your relationships with others, that you're able to keep it pretty light when meeting new people and when starting relationships. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. They love my sense of humor. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can get that, Jimmy. And so Spirit, I feel like just wants to acknowledge that that's a strength starting out, is you can keep it light, you can keep it humorous. You don't have to get too heavy too fast. And I feel like you're a little bit wary and you're a little bit protected sometimes. You don't want to move too fast in your love life. And so part of you is holding yourself back, and you like keeping it light because it helps you to gauge, whether it's safe to move forward or not. And I feel like there are, a little bit of, you just don't want to get too involved with the wrong person and jump in. You've got the Ace of Pentacles for your guidance card here. And Ace of Pentacles, this is about foundations. I feel like with you, Jimmy, you really want a foundation. You really want a strong foundation, and you don't want to jump into something too quickly. There's a glare in this card, so I'm not sure. I've got too many lights. You can't really see the card very well. But
you are so correct about that. Foundation is everything for me. I don't like moving too fast. I want to make sure everything is, set, and then from there we can build on it. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yes. So, and this is the guidance card for you, my friend, is set that foundation. It's wise for you to create a solid foundation in a relationship before you open your heart. Sometimes we can go to either extreme. We can be too open, and then we end up making, maybe a decision that wasn't honoring of our needs and our heart and our integrity. And sometimes we're too closed, and then we can't really give and receive love if we've got that wall up, can we? So the ideal balance is to have that foundation of trust and of confidence in ourselves and the other person, of faith, of knowingness, of being able to have enough faith and confidence to open our heart, but also still have enough wisdom and perspective to be able to assess the situation and understand as we move forward if this is a good idea to move forward, or even the timing, of negotiating with our partner. Are we moving too fast? Are we moving too slow? Do I want to move faster than you do, or vice versa? And being able to gauge that. But I think a big part of you building your foundation, Jimmy, is you being able to just be that light, free spirit, be fun, have fun, as you're dating, and not take things so seriously. And as we do that, we just begin to naturally, as we're allowing ourselves to be ourselves and allowing others to be their authentic selves, it allows us to really experience and gauge, are we a good match? Can I trust this person? Is this person showing me that I can trust them? So I feel like, Jimmy, as I'm just looking at your vibration moving into the future, you are going to continue to go in a really slow pace, but it's not a bad thing. And I know that you kind of want to know right when you meet someone if this is going to work out, or if this isn't good to move forward. And I feel like Spirit is saying the best way to find out is to trust yourself and to trust your intuition, and also timing. I pulled the Moon card for you. The Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Jimmy, do you feel like you're in touch with your intuition?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do question it, but it's, it's freaked me out a little bit, but yes.
I feel Spirit is saying you are very intuitive, Jimmy, and you don't trust your intuition enough, but this could really guide you here in your love life. And it can guide you in your explorations of whether or not you feel that foundation is strong enough, whether you feel it's appropriate to trust someone. I think you're able to usually gauge someone pretty quickly, is the feeling I get when I tune into your energy. But I feel like you also need time to adjust and to allow things to unfold. Does that make sense?
That makes, yes, perfect sense. Yes.
So what specifically is going on in your love life, may I ask, Jimmy?
Well, there is one person, that well, there's kind of two, but there's one that,
Okay.
that I've met a bit ago, and, she's wanting to, I guess take things a little faster than I would have liked because, I guess she said she's already made up her mind, but for me, of course, I'm not too comfy with that. She's a nice person.
Yeah,
but
she's moving a little too fast for you, and
you're
not
fast.
sure if you're feeling it. Well, it's interesting. I
Exactly.
pulled. We just have 1 minute left, but I pulled the Freedom Angel card and Hope. So it's interesting because they're pointing out, your freedom is important here, and hope is what we were talking about today. So that's interesting. So I say, Jimmy, trust your intuition with this person. You don't have to go at her pace. Is what I'm hearing, and you don't have to fool yourself that you're not seeing something. You're seeing something. So trust your intuition, my friend. And you deserve to be able to go at the comfortable pace and create that foundation you want to create. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
I hope that was
thank you for
helpful.
the validation.
Oh, you're so welcome, Jimmy. I hope that was helpful, and thank you so much for calling in.
I'm extremely grateful for your help. Thank you again, dear.
Oh, blessings. Blessings.
Blessings.
I want to thank all of my lovely viewers and listeners for tuning into the show today. I had a mystical, magical adventure connecting with you all and connecting with Sunflower, Plant Spirit, and the light of the solstice. Please check out my website for upcoming groups. I will update it this next couple of weeks. I do have some fabulous groups coming up in 2022. That's creativepsychestudio.com. Psyche spelled Psyche. This has been Anne Vivian on Mystical Adventures. Blessed winter solstice, summer solstice to you in the Southern Hemisphere. I will see you next show. Take care.